let's talk about tuning the guitar in standard tuning. So, in order to do that, you need to know the names of your strings. Well, your sixth string, your biggest string, is an E. Your fifth string is an A. Your fourth string is a D. The third string is G. The second string is B. And the first string is an E. And since I wasn't been in high school, I've used the same exact little phrase. Edgar ate dynamite. Goodbye, Edgar. Edgar ate dynamite. Goodbye, Edgar. This style of tuner is called a clip-on tuner. And you just clip it onto the headstock and it picks up the vibrations off the neck to help you to be able to tune your guitar. So let me hit the sixth string. And you can see I'm a little flat. So I will move it up in pitch. Until it gets into the green. Now, if it had been higher than the pitch that I was going for, then I wouldn't just simply tune it down like that. I would actually, I would continue tuning down just a little bit more. And then tune back up to pitch. There you go. Now it's in tune. Well, it was in tune. Okay, so now the fifth string is A, and it's already in tune. Fourth string is D, and it's good, and so forth. So here's another scenario. Let's say you're tuning, and as you're tuning, it comes up with a complete different note than what your string is supposed to be. Like, let's see what this one is now. Now that's F sharp. Now that's, you can almost guess, well, that's pretty close to E. So we're going to tune down. Our musical notes go in alphabetical order, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So I'll tune down. Going below the pitch and then back up. Okay, so now let's say it had like a note that was a lot further away. All right, so now we have to ask yourself, well, let's see what note it is first. That's a B. Okay, so do I go up and go B, C, D, E, or do I go backwards and go B, A, G, F, E? Now, if you don't know, just tune down. You should be able to tell before you get down to the next note that you're after that you're on the wrong pitch and you need to tune it the other direction. But if you were to tune up and you are past the correct pitch that you're supposed to be at, you might break your string, which often happens for those who are just getting into learning how to tune their guitar. So let's tune this back up since I just tuned it back down. Alright, so now for this style of guitar, all the tuning machines are on one side, but on a lot of acoustics and a Gibson Les Paul and many other various guitars, the tuning machines are on the other side of the neck, or on both sides of the neck. So if you tune it one direction on one side it will be the opposite direction to get the same effect on the other side. Another thing to look for while tuning is a sharp sign, which nowadays is a hashtag, or a flat sign, which looks like a lowercase b, and sometimes it's just a dot. And that tells you you're on a sharp or flat version of that note. Not just a little sharp or flat, but a sharp or flat version of that note. So you can see I'm on D sharp, okay? If you tuned to that note and not realizing what that sharp meant, you'd be on the complete wrong note, all right? You have to be, regardless of the tuner, it has to say just the letter name. No sharp next to it, no flat next to it, and sometimes there'll be a little dot right next to it. Now, this type of tuner is a Boss. It's a TU-12H. And I use this tuner when I want to do a little bit more of a detailed tuning, like if I want to adjust my intonation. But for the most part, most of the tuners I've found will be okay, but when I want to get real precise, this is the one I really like to use. You have to plug in. Okay, it does have a mic that you can use where you can tune an acoustic, but for your electric, you find where it says the input, and you plug it in. So how this one works, you know, basically just like the Snark tuner, although this technology is a little bit older. So it's saying I have an E. Actually, it's saying I have, okay. So it says I have in between an E and a D. I'm like right on the cusp between the two different notes. Okay. So let's go ahead and tune that one up. Now we're into the E, but you can see on the needle I'm too far over. We got to keep going up. So get right there in the middle, and then I have both of those little triangle things lit up. Okay, underneath and to the top. Okay, and it'll work the same way on the rest of the way down. Okay, there is a feature down here. If I want to tune my bass, I just change it to the L. It seems to tune the bass a little bit better on the L setting. There are also plenty of free tuners available as an app, and this one is called the PANO tuner, and it works well. I think it works pretty accurately, but it's often difficult for people to understand right away. But it works roughly the same way as all the other tuners. Let's just tune one string here. It's my E string. You can see it's in between E and E flat. So we want to make sure it gets to the E. And as you can see, every time I talk, the tuner freaks out, which is the difficult part about the app tuners, is they actually work by sound, like the microphone, which the Boss tuner has a way of running off sound, and so did the Snark tuner. But you can plug into the tuner, or when you can clip it onto the headstock, you can be in a noisier environment. So this one is a bit more of a pain in the neck because you have to be somewhere quiet. So you can see I'm getting close to the right note. It's hard to talk and tune with this type of tuner. And there we go. That's the E. Okay, we're going to get it right there in that center diamond. Alright, one last thing that I like to do as I'm tuning is I like to tune from the third string to the first string, and then the fourth string to the sixth string. So the third string's a G. Second string's a B. First string's an E. Fourth string's a D. Fifth string's an A. Sixth string's an E. So hopefully by now you understand how to use your tuner, whether it's a clip-on tuner, whether it's a plug-in style tuner, or whether it is an app. If you found this video helpful, please hit subscribe. Thanks.